Start fast, try, learn, fail faster. Just sit and breathe. This is a very hostile thing and we don't like that. I could talk for hours about this. Every building has an agent. One building can ask the other building, why are you so efficient in terms of? Hi, I'm Hubert and I'm here to answer some questions you guys had. So let's start. Yeah, how are we getting projects? That's one of the probably not easy to answer in a short, giving a short answer. Normally in construction, everything is like totally separated, which is a problem. So there's someone designs something, the other one is the developer, you have the MEP engineer, whatever, and sometimes even it's tendered out separately, which is totally crazy. Just imagine, you invite totally different people, they don't even know each other, they should sit at a table, talk about a project, they somehow put together, and at the end it should be a great product. So the tendering itself is a problem because normally we think if we have a lot of competition and get many offers, we get the lowest possible price, and that's good for everyone. But it's not good if the interfaces don't work, then you have to, the building takes double the time, you have quality issues, whatever. So the point is, we want to get out of this tendering stuff, because everyone competing against each other, the lowest price wins, then you try to get more money by looking for mistakes with your client. This is a very hostile thing and we don't like that, okay? We like partnership models. We have more and more now because people work together in a mutual positive way to deliver the project to the certain date and price in a collaborative way and not in a fighting way, because that's one of the things. We try to get young engineers, smart people into our industry, the construction industry. At the same time, we put them into positions where they have to fight against someone, instead of creating something nice together. So I think that change in the way we build makes a lot of difference. So we try to go from projects to products. So you can get a product with a building operating system which runs itself probably in a very sustainable, efficient way. Just let us do the work and keep watching. There's a lot of trust with it. So I'm not the guy walking around and always messing with operations. But there are certain things I love to look at. One is where are we heading technology-wise? The most important thing you have to do as an entrepreneur or CEO or owner is long-term thinking and complex cybernetical thinking. Long-term means, what do I feel or think is happening the next 5, 10, 20 years? So what type of business model, technology we should go after? The second thing is, how are the things interconnected with other industries? Or in our company, we have 60 companies, and they're all specialized in some certain field, but putting that know-how together and always understanding how one can leverage the other makes us really strong and fast. So being small, fast, but if there comes a big mammoth along, we all gather together and jump on it. So that's a little bit staying flexible and fast. So you have to understand complexity of the business and the interactions. And third most important thing is culture. And it's you can educate your kid whatever the way you want, they will do exactly what you do. It's you have to be a role model somehow. You have to act in a certain manner which reflects the culture at the end, because it goes top down. This very important thing in a company. And that's how we work with each other, how we treat people. It's all about experiencing creation together at the end. Okay, whatever we do, the outcome is always this certain building. But the question is, in what quality are we operating? It's in the team. If it's not fun, what's it all about? Okay, it has to be done anyway. So let's do it with more trust, fun, and quality of life. And the same thing applies to the customer. When we talk to people, if there's someone who likes people or not. So I think that's very important. Why is concrete bad? Okay. I did not say it in an absolute way. Concrete is bad if we use it and treat it like we did up until now. It's obvious that we need concrete. I mean, we need concrete for massive structures, for tunnels, for bridges, for shafts, for instance, for our wooden buildings. But we can decarbonize it really good. We can use different energy sources to produce the cement, which is obviously the main source of the carbon footprint. And we could exchange part of the cement in the concrete with different material. Most important, we could reduce the use of concrete in certain parts. Just imagine, and this is probably new for some guys in the construction industry or not being in the construction industry. Normally, when you calculate a building and you have the load-bearing structures, you always have to put on reserve. Like you calculate, you would need like that amount or that size of a wall. You have to add 30% more because of safety reasons, because something on the side could go wrong. People could not put like the steel, the rebar where it should be. The concrete compression probably is not exactly in the right way. So there's a lot possibility of mistakes and failures on the side. And to include that, and to be safe, you have to add. And when you add a lot of material. And this is definitely not necessary if you go into like prefab structures, because there you can produce it absolutely accurate. The quality is there, the amount is there. You can even like put cameras on top of the formwork where the concrete is poured in, so you know exactly if the rebar is where it should be. So you're much safer if you go into prefab because you don't have these additional layers of safety. So that saves a lot of material, by the way, and this is sometimes overlooked. Lucid dreaming, okay. So I struggle a little bit what exactly it is. You know, is it a state where you can actively bring yourself in a state where you, something with the brain waves between being awake and sleep and going there intentionally? I think that's something that happens if you really meditate a lot and you can really let go. So I think sometimes that happens to me, but it's not that I have this, my lucid dream program of this week is, no. Well, I mean, there's so many very important books, and probably some of them are already, well, will probably get banned soon. I mean, I heard that, I don't know if it's true, in a US university, at a US university, they banned like 1984 from George Orwell because it was too, I don't know, shocking. So, I mean, I think books and stories should like trigger something in your thoughts. And I mean, I would recommend Brave New World from Aldous Huxley, because like this whole Soma thing where people are in this space, it's a little bit like social media today, you know, keeping everyone somehow in this state of distraction and pseudo happiness and stuff. So I think the old stuff is still good. All right, so you asked me about books, so this one is very good too. So every young person, and it's not about construction, but it's about construction and constructing your life. So it's a great book. Well, the finance of projects usually, I mean, that's a good question, because what we started is like getting away from getting better, operation, optimize, digitize existing processes, and it's just breathe in, breathe out, and think who's the customer, who's the client. And we are producing cash generating real estate asset. That's what we do. And our client is the investor who pays for that building and expect that someday he's gonna get back the money he invests, and he can pay back the bank who financed that. That's why it has to be it's very important that you deliver something which is safe, has a great quality, and is generating the cash flow they need. Second customer, people who live and work in that building. You know, it's the same importance, but normally they don't have a say, but we still have them in mind, because the quality of working and living in a building, there can be such differences, you know. That's why we are very much into wood hybrid buildings, because there are a lot of research behind it. In a wooden building, productivity is 5% higher. You have 2 days less sick leave. I mean, that's a huge amount of money. I mean, this is more than even the depreciation probably for the building you have. And that's sometimes overlooked. So we look at that quality, if it's paid or not. We think it's right to do that. The biggest challenge for the Ray Group is a lot of risk with big projects. A lot of stuff can go wrong. So you have to have the best people, best preparation. That's why we do a lot of digital Ray services, simulation. One problem is this huge investment in these huge machines, this plant. Normally you don't have contracts there like long term, so you can be safe that you can pay back that machines. So there's some risks, but we see the business as a very important part of infrastructure humanity needs, and we see a lot of growth coming in rail. So hopefully the people we need, you know, we need like really high motivated people who love what they do, love to collaborate and love technology. So this is a call for people to apply, to be honest. That's a challenge, yeah. Project managers, technicians, they should have a certain energy level and be curious. Yes, I mean, we have long-term relationships with our banks. A couple of banks, they're local in the markets, mostly. Now in the rail, we have a bigger consortium. Well, actually, banks look, there's a saying, you know, they want to work with you when you don't need them, and when you need them, probably it gets tough, okay? But we have good partnerships with them. Obviously, our limitation is financials, because we are a family-owned company. We want to stay that. We want to keep control, and not like becoming a stock company, whatever, to get more capital. Although probably we could grow much faster, but we believe the way we do that, like in a very certain static way or a constant way, is right. So the banks see us as partners. We see the bank as partners, but they look at you first. They look at the industry. Is it a risk industry like construction is most of the time? Rail is a little bit better because the rail business is really stable with more long-term relationships. And then they look at how the company is like stable from the equity. So our family is not really taking out a lot of money out of the company because we grow and grow and grow. So the money stays in the company, and so that's why it's very, very stable. And then they look at the management and how people manage that company. And I think they're doing a good job, and we're fine. Yeah, how to become an entrepreneur. I mean, if you see something you can do better or you want to change, you are one. Okay, probably you're not seen yet and you don't have a structure yet, but then you are one. So just start fast, try, learn, fail faster. So that's what I read. I love that quote, you know. We just have to be able to fail faster, because with failing you learn. So if you learn faster, there's more innovation, but you have to survive it. That's why it's so important to try it very fast, because then you can stop and change very fast. Here in Europe, like Austrian Germans, we love to, or even engineers, they have a little bit, that's why I'm an engineer too, it's quite dangerous. We want to make it perfect before we try it and show it to someone. So you work far too long on something to make it somehow really perfect. Don't do that. Try it out, learn, go for it. And if there are 5 things a solution could solve, focus the one. which has the biggest impact the fastest, although it doesn't look that sexy probably. In construction business, AI will do what it does in any industry. It will support people getting much more information in a structured way as basis for their decisions. Second, it will help a lot with automation, because what we see is different softwares, different interfaces, and you can build very fast the interfaces between programs and machines with that. That's very helpful. And especially when you are talking about our buildings, we deliver like a product, a hotel, whatever. When you order that, you get that with an operating system and custom GPT, so the building can organize and runs itself. Okay, if something's wrong with the elevator, call the elevator guy until he picks up the phone. You can rent out, you can communicate, you can have, if you own many of our buildings, every building has an agent. The agent can talk with each other and learn from each other. So one building can ask the other building, why are you so efficient in terms of? And so you just watch the conversation and get the output, but you don't have to do it yourself. So this is something that will definitely happen, because we have all this data in the room and the buildings on site, and that can be digested very good by artificial intelligence. So probably we have a short look at the video of the building operating system. I show you a video about our building operating system. It's that you have a tender, you have an architect, many companies together build a building, and then at the end you get like a lot of paper stuff, and you need a lot of people to run and manage the building, and they have to, I don't know, organize themselves. Here the building comes, at Romberg, the building comes with a building operating system. It's like the iOS on the mobile. And you even can, with a developer, it's a developer platform, you even can put other software which is out there you could probably use to manage the building, you can put on it. The good thing is that the data is yours, the data is in the house, you decide what's going outside, probably for facility management issues, but it's not somewhere in the world, everyone watching what's happening in the building, because it's personal data. And as you probably know from my resistance against the Orwellian state, we try to keep it in a way that the clients, the people in the building know that their data is protected, and that's what we stand for, and that's why it's in the house. And on this building operating system, you can have like the custom GPT, which is obviously running. So let's have a look at it. Here you see that's a project we have on every parking lot. We could put our affordable living and student housing. It's just a product. You just can put it. This is all we do with the simulation. So that's how we built, you know, like with the prefab elements very fast. And then with the building, because all the appliances, all the MEP is done, designed by us too, you get the whole operating system. You have a dashboard. So if you own one or many buildings, you know exactly how they're working, what's happening, how the energy consume is. You can have the charging stuff, batteries, whatever. So it's like a one-stop shop. So whoever gets a building for a lot of money and they leave you with all this hassle around, you're with the wrong company. Construction workers will never be replaced totally, but there will be a shift. And it's necessary, because today with the problem, we don't even get enough construction workers. Sometimes you have 10 different languages on site. The quality of the education is not here. You know, all the experience gets lost when people retire. And that's why I think every worker or employee who is retiring in 5 years, for instance, should get an AI assistant to support him or her. On one hand, and on second, you're gonna catch a lot of the experience, and the next probably apprentice or young person taking this job over could use the same AI assistant the person who retired had, and they are happy if they can really share their knowledge with the young guys. And today it's sometimes just not happening. So I think there's a huge potential there. Yeah, so they will not be replaced, but they will be probably more in the prefab. So a different environment. You have you can work in a workshop. It's always the weather is okay. Inside you can have more support in certain processes. You have a collaboration between man and machine. So there are probably more women can be in the production process again if they want. So I think they will still be there, but there will be a lot of collab with machines. Oh yeah. So I was 40 and I was really running with a lot of stress, you know. And then I heard about a friend of mine who visited me said, yeah, he's meeting someone like for yoga, meditation stuff. And I said, okay, I'll try that. So and that was my first session was really, I was just sitting there and it was like, you know, all this energy. And she said to me, you just sit here and you don't do anything. Okay, first of all, we learn how to breathe. Because I thought, I know we're gonna do this and that and yoga and stuff, and then no. Just sit still, be quiet and breathe. And this is the first time I really learned how to really regulate and calm my system. And then I realized that being able to do these things between all these crazy things happening gives you so much more potential and leverage. And obviously that was the entrance door for more, you know, read a lot of stuff. I like Krishnamurti very much. He's a very straight approach. Osho, obviously. And those are really good concepts, and they always challenge, you know, the existent situation and stuff. But at the moment, now I realize that the spiritual ego is just another ego, okay? It's helpful to get out of all this drama we're organizing with each other. And at the end, you have to be careful that you don't end up being that spiritual person you want to be, and then you have to pretend everywhere that you are this. I just learned to totally be in the moment, and that's the only thing that is, you know. Everything else is just a mental projection, you know. It's beyond the mind. If you use your mind, it's always in the past or in the future. In the moment, you can just be. There is no mind, no thing, nothing. And out of this, all the power and the existence comes, the authenticity comes, you know. And to be authentic is not like always playing same role or being like consistent. No, being authentic means being whatever there is now. That's where I get or where I ended up at, where it all begins and it ends. It's just always be where you are with your full awareness and accept it, that it's right what is now. That doesn't mean that it's good always. Sometimes it's not good, but it's right that it's here at that very moment, because otherwise it wouldn't be here. I could talk for hours about this. Thank you for the questions. I'm happy if you send me more of it. And for me, it's really, really good to know and understand what is it that you guys are thinking about, how you see the world, how could I learn from this, you know. Every question is a learning, so thank you guys.